Bled and died, but with strength and willpower we overcame to restore Virgin Islands' pride. To preserve our beauty, we devised a plan to retain ownership of your precious land. Educating our people is the golden key to maintain the success of this territory. Oh, how radiant are your daughters, and how wealthy are your sons. Your beaches boast your beauty, and your success is second to none. Green and brilliant are your hillsides, they replenish our hopes and pride. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied. May God richly bless this territory. May we ask three things of thee: courage for our great leaders, that they may rule our destiny. We ask for wisdom for our people, that they may live in harmony, and understanding for our children, that they may cherish this legacy. Oh, how radiant are your daughters, and how wealthy are your sons. Your beaches boast your beauty, and your success is second to none. Green and brilliant are your hillsides, they replenish our hopes and pride. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied.
Eternal Father in heaven, we want to say thanks. We bless your name today, because according to your word, all good things come from above, from the Father of love, in whom there is no variableness nor shadows of turning. According to Psalm 75, promotion comes neither from the east nor from the west, but it comes from you, Lord. So today we say thank you for your mercies, your goodness, your provisions, your blessings. Thank you for the institution of learning, Bregado Flax, our government, these islands, our people. Thank you for blessing us with the resources to pay teachers, with the mind, the wisdom, the knowledge, Father, that students may understand and to find their place in this world and in this community. We ask for your continued blessing in this day, and may, Father, everything that is said and done, Lord, may it reflect your goodness and may it reflect your mercies. We ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Acting Premier, Dr. the Honorable Kedrick D. Pickering, Minister of Education and Culture, the Honorable Myron V. Walwin, 9th District Representative, the Honorable Hubert Robinson O'Neill, the Deputy Chief Education Officer, Dr. Lavon Chalwell Bruley, Education Officers, guest speaker, Mr. David Archer, Permanent Secretary in the Deputy Governor's Office, the President of the H. Laverty Stout Community College, Dr. Carl Dawson, other senior government officials, distinguished guests, Dean and staff of the HLSCC Virgin Gorda Branch, Acting Principal, Mr. Paul Fenty, staff of Bregado Flax Educational Center, other principals present, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, graduating class of 2015. I would like to officially welcome you to the graduation today. And I would just like to start off with a few words for the graduating class. I want you to remember that where an opportunity meets preparation, there is success. I just want you to remember that one saying. When you meet an opportunity, if you're prepared, you're going to be successful. And if you can remember that, you'll go a long way. So we'll move on with the program. I'd also like to thank the Bregado Flax Educational Center School Band. They had a wonderful rendition, and we're seeing the fruits of having the complete music program bear fruits right now. Thank you. Please give them a round of applause. Also, the territorial song was sung by members of the class of 2005, and it was one of the best renditions that I've heard so far. And I'd also like to thank Pastor Gregory George, class of 1995, for that invocation. Round of applause, please. We will now have remarks by the principal, Mr. Paul Fenty.
I acknowledge the protocol already established by Mr. Chairperson. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, graduating class, good afternoon. It is a very great pleasure for me to extend to all of you a warm, heartfelt welcome to the Bregado Flax Educational Center Secondary Division's graduating and prize-giving ceremony. I am delighted to see so many of you here this afternoon. You look wonderful. Give yourselves a warm hand. This graduation 2015 is a historic occasion as it is the last fifth form graduating ceremony. However, it will be no less an exciting and memorable occasion. Graduates, this is your moment. We celebrate with you. I would like to begin by thanking the Almighty God and the Ministry of Education and Culture for the opportunity to head this school and the opportunity to make a difference in the lives of the students here and in this community at large. It is because of God's mercies and faithfulness that we have successfully completed or are completing another school year. However, I could not have done this alone. I also wish to express profound gratitude to our acting deputy principal, Ms. Joyce, and the hard-working administration team, and to the faculty and staff of the school for the encouragement, support, and cooperation. Please give them a hand. During the year, many activities were held at the school. I will just highlight a few of them. In October 2014, we held our annual speech day. During the Lent term, we held our annual Inter-House Athletic Championship. In March 2015, we joined with the Social Development Division and participated in a march against child abuse. We also held a staff development day during that month. During the Easter holiday, a food handlers clinic and a first aid workshop were held for staff members. In term 3, our Mr. and Miss BFEC ambassadorial pageant were held, and in May 2015, a student empowerment day was also held, where students had a full day of activities conducted by service groups from around the territory. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been quite busy. At this time, I would like to publicly recognize and thank the following staff members. These are ones who have really worked very hard. To Ms. Kaya Huggins, our guidance counselor who planned most of our in-house training activities, please give her a hand. Now, they didn't know I was going to do this. Anyhow, here it is. Ms. Carol Wilson and Ms. Daniela Flax for very hard work in organizing the ambassadorial pageant. Give them an applause. Mr. Sheldon Denham for assisting us in the area of maintenance at the school. Give him a hand. Siobhan Philly, president of the PTA and her committee for a caring attitude and assistance to the school. And Ms. Gloria George Gibson, one of our staff members who will be leaving. We thank you, Ms. George, for your many years of service and dedication. Please give them all applause. I also wish to thank the Virgin Gorda community for supporting this institution. Some of you have forgiven us our debts. Some of you have promised assistance, and some have done much needed repairs to the school. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. To our parents, I thank you also for supporting the school and its activities. To those of you who have graduates here this afternoon, this is your day also. Celebrate with your children. Feel free to jump and shout. I urge you, continue to push your young people, assist them in whatever way you can so that they can seek to further their education, dream of opening their own businesses, and take ownership of this community that we will leave behind us. To you, the graduates, allow me to admonish you one more time. Today is your moment of glory. I congratulate you on the achieving of your high school diploma. I know I have been tough on you, but I have encouraged you to excel. After all, remember, why settle for competence when they know it? As you leave the walls of Bregado Flax Education Center, I urge you to get involved in this community. Join an organization, the Lions Club, Rotaract, Red Cross, Scouts, Cadets. Form a basketball team. Mentor someone else who needs help. To the young men who are graduating, our community, our territory, our world is crying out for men to take their rightful place, God-given place. I charge you, you young men, never forget you are a leader. Never forget you are a priest. Never forget you are a protector. Never forget that you are a provider. Again, you are a leader. To those of you who were unsuccessful, press on. A man is not finished when he is defeated. He is defeated when he quits. Our theme today states, to accomplish great things, we must dream as well as act. Anatole France. In other words, dreams go nowhere if you do nothing about them. Langston Hughes, in a famous poem, tells us, and I quote, "Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly." Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field, frozen with snow. On the other hand, those of you who are satisfied with their accomplishments tend to remain as the things they do. The true giants in any field are those who are never satisfied that they have done enough or have done their best. That's the driving force behind success. Graduates, when you take a step forward towards your dream, you open yourself to creative ideas and solutions. Take that big step, you hope, and optimism, which are essential elements for creativity. Dream. Dream big. Big steps. And do big things. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Fenty. Graduates, Mr. Fenty told you to dream big. Dream big. Dream big. Please remember to do that, as well as to be a leader. And he had a saying about competence and excellence. It seems like he drilled that one into you, so I think you got that one. I won't have you repeat it. Next, as Mr. Fenty said, history is important, and we now acknowledge past graduating classes of the Bregado Flax Educational Center. First, we'll start with the class of 1985. Please stand. Also, class of 1995. Please stand. This is a class of which I'm a member as well. And finally, we recognize the class of 2005. Please stand.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I wish to acknowledge the presence of the Minister of Education, the Honorable Myron Reeve Alwyn, my distinguished colleague, the member for the 9th District. Good to see you, my friend. Dr. the Honorable Hubert Robinson O'Neill. I wish to acknowledge the principal and staff of the Bregado Flax Educational Center, all the members of the Education Department, you family members, ladies and gentlemen, but especially the graduates. A very pleasant good afternoon to all of you. In case you never heard me say it before, let me say it. I take my good afternoons and good mornings very seriously. Good afternoon to all of you. That is so, that song's so good because you all look really, really beautiful from up here. You give yourself a round of applause. I am here, of course, to speak on behalf of the Premier, Dr. the Honorable D. Orlando Smith, who is currently on official travel. Dr. Smith is presently traveling to take part in the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting being held in Trinidad. And so he has asked me on his behalf to deliver this message to you, the graduates, this afternoon. So graduates, today is a turning point in your lives, and I am pleased to offer my congratulations to all of you. But at the same time, I also wish to congratulate and commend your parents, your guardians, your teachers, your friends, your mentors for encouraging you and challenging you to learn more and to excel even more. As your principal just said, to continue to excel. You were required to remain steadfast and focused. You were encouraged not to become sidetracked by fun and excitement in life. You were asked to understand the value of education in this highly competitive world. And with flying colors, you have demonstrated an unwavering commitment to excellence, and you deserved a round of applause. Now, graduates, look at the results of your commitment. I urge you to give thanks in everything, and in everything, just remember to give thanks. Remember that the power of prayer and the grace of God that is needed to sustain you through this life is extremely important. I remember having a conversation with T.D. Jakes when he visited the BVI a couple of years ago, and one of the things he said to me was that in this life, no one owes you a favor. And when people go out of their way to be kind to you, the least you can do is to acknowledge it and to say thanks. So the turning of your tassel hair means that you are transitioning from a student to a graduate and from a graduate to a student of life. As you venture on to the crossroads, I encourage you to continue your academic development through tertiary education. The H.L. Stout Community College is a place where learning opportunities are enhanced, where career passions are harnessed, and professional development leads to personal enrichment. So as you move forward, think outside the box. Think beyond the ordinary. Think creatively on how your areas of interest could help deepen and broaden the BVI economy. Whether you are studying business, accounting, management, technology, or engineering, ask yourself, what specialty areas are needed within the confines of the BVI? Then position yourselves to take up the mantle, because this territory is yours for the asking. It is yours tomorrow. That is why you are being prepared today. So if you decide to enter the working world first, just understand that you have to be determined to work hard and contribute willingly to the development of the business community. Work like there is no one else in the world fit for the job other than you. So they have to call on you. You have to take initiative, become an asset, learn all you can in the professional setting so that your name is the first to be called when the opportunities arise. In the midst of making money, do not forget that education, which brings knowledge, is important to your success. Education equips you for the competitive future ahead. As a government, we continue to recognize that a quality educational system is important to be successful in life, whether at work or in the community. And that is why we will continue to do all that is necessary to create a culture of excellence. So at this time, I wish to take this opportunity to congratulate the valedictorian, Miss Joanna Gibson. Congratulations. Your salutatorian, Mr. Cave Penn. Because today is an extra triumph for you. And so you must continue to excel and motivate your peers to continue to do the same. 2015 graduating class of the Bregado Flax Secondary, you are going down in the history book as the last of the set of students who will be graduating from fifth form as we know it. So you're already making history. So now you have a story to tell about how the steps were taken to strengthen our education system for the best and the rest to come. Indeed, the future of this country looks very bright. And if I may say so on a very personal note, as someone who sits in one of the higher offices of responsibility in this country, the future of this country looks extremely bright. And you have worked hard, you have remained focused, you have persevered, you're prepared for the new experiences ahead, new experiences that will allow you to contribute to the socio-economic advancement of the Virgin Islands as we work together to build a stronger and more sustainable Virgin Islands. Now, to you, go out into this territory and into the world to be a part of building this great little nation that we are going to build. And you must take your rightful places and make an enormous and exceptional difference. Stand out and do so positively. And so I congratulate all of you again on behalf of the Premier, Dr. the Honorable D. Orlando Smith. God bless you, and God continue to bless these Virgin Islands.
I would like to acknowledge the protocol already established. Distinguished guests, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good afternoon. It is with great pride and joy that I stand here before you today to deliver the salutatory address for the Bregado Flax Educational Center Secondary Division Class of 2015. It is truly great to see that so many of you are here today to join in our celebration and offer support. As I proceed, please understand that the sentiments shared today are on behalf of the entire class of 2015, as well as myself. Firstly, I would like to thank God for making this very day possible, for his guidance and protection, and for blessing us with knowledge and ability of understanding. To our parents, families, and well-wishers, thank you all for your presence in our lives. You supported, encouraged, instructed, and challenged us to be the best that we can be. For this, we are thankful from the bottom of our hearts. I am greatly appreciative of my family, especially my mother, Miss Livia Freeman, and my grandmother, Mrs. Annika Freeman, for their love and support. They provided me with the power to gain the determination to move forward in life. I love you both dearly. Allow me at this time to share a story with you. Early one Saturday morning in June 2013, my mother summons me by my full name. Cave Kenneth Lawrence Penn, come here. She told me that after discussing with my aunts that when September came, I would continue my high school years at the Bregado Flax Educational Center here on Virgin Islands. Judging from her tone and the rare occasion of hearing my full name, I agreed before the idea of attending Claudia Creek came to her mind. The following day, she wrote a letter of request to the Honorable Myron Walwyn and followed up with a phone call, as she was ready to go shopping for the blue and blue. He asked, and I quote, Are you sure this is what you really want? Ladies and gentlemen, that was the beginning of my student life here at VFEC. Now, 2 years later, after transferring from a private secondary institution to a public secondary institution, I can personally say that my time here was more rewarding and enjoyable. I would like to say a special heartfelt thank you to the past principal and the current acting principal and the staff of the secondary division. On behalf of my fellow graduates, thanks for your sincerity, your guidance, and your instruction. This graduating class of many skilled and talented individuals stands as testimony of your many hard years of work and dedication to the teaching profession. A job well done. To the government of the British Virgin Islands, on behalf of the class of 2015, I say thanks for providing the necessary facilities to make us comfortable and promote a learning environment. As a student that commuted daily, I would firstly like to thank the Bregado Transport Limited for their reliable ferry service and their staff for looking out for me when I was late. Secondly, I would like to thank my driver, Mr. Lenny Walters, for his steadfast transport service that got me around the island. Thirdly, Mrs. Verla, Mrs. Pam, and Mr. Chet for their culinary services. Buck's Food Market for always having Oreos in stock on days when we had after school lessons, and the entire community of Bregado. To our, yeah, you guys are amazing. Like, some people would see me walk in and they'll stop and say, "You heading to the board?" I'm like, "No, just to the back." Thank you for that, though. Continue, to our classmates who were unsuccessful, one of whom was one of my best friends, I would like to share this short quote by Bill Gates with you. He said, "I failed in some subjects in exams, but my friends passed in all. No, my friend passed in all. No, he's an engineer in Microsoft, and I am the owner of Microsoft." End of quote. This goes to show that there will be temporary setbacks in life, but the important thing is to keep moving forward with a stronger mindset. The theme for this year's graduation is, "To accomplish great things, we must dream as well as act," Anatole France, by Anatole France. Fellow graduates, grant me a few minutes to share some advice with you. It is extremely important to dream in life, as we all need goals to aim for in order to progress further onwards in our life. Once we have acknowledged our dreams, we then need to educate ourselves on the steps necessary to achieve these goals and plan our route to success. This can be done in many ways. For example, simply creating a flowchart of the plan. The next step would then be to act on our dreams by doing the things we need to do to make our dreams a reality. It will take hard work, perseverance, and a determined mind to succeed in life. The most important thing is to remember is to never give up on our dreams. If they do not work immediately, we must find a smarter way in approaching the task. Listen to this story based on a company we all know, especially the class. Jan Kohum, co-founder of one of the most viral messaging application, WhatsApp, right? We all know that, had to overcome many hardships to succeed in life. To make ends meet, he had to work menial jobs like mopping and sweeping in a grocery store. In his early teens, he lost both his mother and father, but that motivated him even more, as he was now on his own in life. He then joined Ernst & Young and met Brian Acton at Yahoo. This was the beginning of an illustrious venture. In 2009, they both applied for engineering positions at Facebook, but the company rejected them both. Later that same year, Cohen purchased an iPhone, and over the course of time, with the help of Acton, he devised an easy-to-use mobile application, which helps us exchange instant messages effortlessly. On February 2014, WhatsApp had a staggering user base of 400 million. Mark Zuckerberg and his team at Facebook, the same company that rejected two of their jobs, acquired the app for a record deal of $22 billion. Now, because of his hard work and persistence, Jan has an estimated net worth of $7 billion. What a remarkable path to success. Finally, on behalf of the class of 2015, I say farewell to the Bregado Flax Educational Center. I wish you all the best. To all the graduates, I leave these words of encouragement from Chris Hadfield. I quote, "Decide in your heart of hearts what really excites and challenges you, and start moving your life in that direction. Every decision you make, from what you eat tonight, turns into who you are tomorrow and the day after that. Look at who you want to be and start sculpting yourself into that person. You may not get exactly where you thought you'd be, but you will be doing the things that suit you in a profession you believe in. Don't let life randomly kick you into the adult you don't want to become." End of quote. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you.
Good afternoon to everybody. Such a pleasure being here again with you, my people, this afternoon. I want to acknowledge our protocol has already been established, but I would like to also recognize my good friend, schoolmate, Dr. the Honorable Kedrick Pickering. We go back a long way, and I'm glad I'm joining him in the House of Assembly. I also want to acknowledge the Honorable Myron Walwin, our minister, hardworking Minister of Education. I want to join in congratulating the class of 2015. I did a little count, I think it's 32 of you. Isn't that correct? No? Okay. Well, you're a lovely looking bunch. I am sure that you are glad to have reached to this level in your education. I want you to know that now that you're receiving your high school diploma today, that this is just a beginning. And this is the required basic education that you would need to go forward in your careers and your professions, whatever you choose in life. I know some of you may have chosen already what you would like to do in life, but some may still be pondering what they're going to do with their lives. I want to give you a little word of advice that you must pay attention to the modern trends in the world and in our communities here in the BVI. And you must choose according to the trends that are happening here in the world and here at home. The world today is driven by technology. Business markets and, businesses on a whole, that they sell their products directly to consumers now through cyberspace. Gone are the days when you set up a company and you advertise your products on radio or on newspaper, But nowadays, you must have a website, and you must have that presence on the web. This herein lies an opportunity for our young graduates here to get involved in technology, and herein lies the opportunities to become web designers and graphic designers. This is already a very important aspect of the development in the world and here locally. And this is an opportunity for you to thrive in your chosen profession. Even the cars that we drive nowadays, the cars are not like long ago. Cars are now loaded with technology. And nowadays, when your car breaks down and you call a mechanic, you would expect the mechanic to show up with some wrenches and so on. But not anymore, not nowadays. The modern cars nowadays are electronically driven. So mechanics now have to learn the workings of the modern car. And so your mechanic nowadays would show up in a white coat and a laptop computer, plug it into the car, and then diagnose what the problem is, and then change a few boards on the electronic system, and then you're back in business. So herein lies another opportunity, my graduates, especially the boys, to learn the technology of vehicles nowadays. It also applies to our vast marine industry, because a lot of the mega yachts and the yachts that pass through here in the BVI, and even the boats that I own a boat myself, and all the boats that our local men own here in the BVI are also loaded with electronics. And it is difficult, I've found it difficult to find a technician to fix certain problems on my boat. So herein again lies another opportunity for our graduates. I don't know if you were paying attention, but recently, just before the general elections of June 8th, Rosewood Resorts signed a memorandum of understanding with the BVI government for the promotion of hospitality training to improve the quality of service and that they provide for their guests. This was a historic signing because it represented that Rosewood Resorts are willing to invest in our young individuals to get them trained abroad at renowned institutions of hospitality, to get them trained so that they can come back to work at the resorts here in Virgin Gorda and in the BVI as a whole. I am sure that the other resorts, all the major other resorts in the BVI will follow suit with Rosewood. But seeing that Virgin Gorda here is the capital of tourism, this is an opportunity for our young people to get trained, highly trained in the field of hospitality. Maybe one day, if I'm still alive, I would live to see one of our young people become the manager of Little Licks Bay or in one of the other major resorts here in the BVI. I'm looking forward to seeing that happen at some point in the future. Even beauty and fashion has also become technology-driven. I marvel at the way how our women can change hairstyles from one week to the next. And it's amazing to me how it's done. It's a marvel of technology and a genius that it takes to be beautiful. You know, and what they're doing nowadays with skincare and the whole process of reversing the aging in women is fantastic. So here for female graduates is another opportunity for you. The government, too, I want to point out to you that the government is about to pass new legislation in the generation to liberalize the generation of electricity here in the BVI. And that means there's going to be a boom in solar and wind technology. This is going to, well, this is something that is actually booming worldwide. But after we pass this legislation fairly soon, you're going to see a boom in that technology of solar and wind. This is another opportunity for young persons to get involved. And also to our Iris O'Neill Medical Center that's under construction right now. This, when it is completed, is going to have to be outfitted. We're going to need doctors, we're going to need nurses, we're going to need imaging technologies, we're going to need medical laboratory, medical records technology, we're going to need maintenance personnel. I point this out to you to show you that you don't wait until the building is completed to get trained into these areas, because these are opportunities here waiting for you. You must also realize too that People's Hospital is completed, and that too is going to require personnel to carry on that facility. So the world of opportunities are out there. They are out there, and I want you to take advantage of it. I, along with the government of the BVI, will make sure that you're given the tools through education to attain the careers that you deserve. I urge you to choose a career that you are mostly passionate about. I know the career that I chose, I really love what I do, and that's why I have remained steadfast, and I actually enjoy doing my work. So I urge you to graduates that when you choose your career, make sure it is something that you love and you're very passionate about. The right choice in career is critical to your happiness and well-being, not only for yourselves, but for your families as well. I want you to aim high and be the best you can. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the success in the future. Thank you.
I acknowledge the protocol already established by Mr. Chairperson. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my distinct honor to introduce to you our esteemed guest speaker for today's proceedings, Mr. David Archer. Mr. David Archer Jr. followed the belief that success comes to those who are not afraid to take risks. He's born in the Virgin Islands, and his early years spent learning the culture and uniqueness of the islands through the words and guidance of his grandparents, Mr. Prince MacDonald Stout and Mrs. Esme Stout, served as the foundation for his life and his present affinity for the BVI. Although most of his childhood and teenage years was spent outside the Virgin Islands, his thoughts, relatedness, and instincts are rooted in the BVI. Mr. Archer's love for people and business led to his achieving undergraduate bachelor's degrees in Human Resources Management and Business Administration. He also possesses a master's degree in Business Administration and is a certified organizational development specialist. His passion for helping people has resulted in his elevation to the role of Director of the Human Resources for the Government of the Virgin Islands. Currently, he serves as a permanent secretary to the Deputy Governor, where he provides policy advice and oversees various departments that fall under the governor's group. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. David Archer is married to Dr. Alison Flax Archer and has an 11-year-old son, Prince David Archer. Ladies and gentlemen, it does not end here. Mr. Archer is also an active member of several service organizations, including Rotary. And he exercises his entrepreneurial spirit through businesses related to arts, entertainment, hospitality, and real estate. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our guest speaker to the lecture, Mr. David Archer.
Good afternoon. Notwithstanding the protocol established, allow me please to recognize the Acting Premier, Dr. the Honorable Kedrick Pickering. In addition, the Minister of Education and Culture, the Honorable Myron V. Wallen, and of course your representative, Dr. Honorable Hubert O'Neill, along with our graduating class, our rest of our esteemed panel, and of course you. Good afternoon. I just told the minister this is an amazing audience, and I cannot wait to get up there and speak. It gives me great pleasure to be here this afternoon and to be given this humbling opportunity to speak at the graduation ceremony for the amazing Bregado Flax Educational Center Secondary Division Class of 2015. The reason why I stress amazing is because I have done my research about you. And I've gathered that you are the graduating class that has within it some of the most brilliant minds, innovative thinkers, unique problem solvers, and collectively a unit that we can be sure will make significant impact in the future of the Virgin Islands, also within the world. And yes, I do mean the world. The reason why I'm here this afternoon, and the reason why I took up this challenge to speak with you is not because I think I have something magical to say or something to share that might be earth-shattering. I took this honor of speaking with you because I know that you are great. And what I might say just might resonate with you and might just add to your current passion and desire to become greater than you are, to become the best, to become impactful, and to become even greater than persons think you could be. Your theme for this graduation is, to accomplish great things, we must dream as well as act. But let's be honest, we have heard this before. The Bible is even explicit about this in James 2:14, which says, faith without works is dead. What does it profit, my brethren, if someone says he has faith but does not have works? To paraphrase, how can you have dreams and not put those dreams into action? Jay-Z said, dream big. Be unrealistic. Not realistic, be unrealistic. Attack life with a passion. Mahatma Gandhi said, the future depends on what you do today. Charles Chaplin said, imagination means nothing without doing. And Joel A. Baker said something quite remarkable. He said the following, vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. But vision with action can change the world that we live in. And of course, you've heard about Walt Disney. Here's what they said. If you can dream it, we can do it. Always remember that the whole thing was started with a dream and a mouse. And you might actually recognize this. Yes, we can. And you've recognized Barack Obama and his wish and his dream to do something that no one actually thought could be possible. So today, graduating class, we will speak about dreaming. We will speak about turning those dreams into action. But most importantly, we will speak about three main things. Number one, what it takes to become great. What it takes to become greater than you are now. Secondly, what will the world look like when you're achieving great things? And third, your obligation when you have achieved great things. So let's begin. So what does it take to become greater than you are right now? In order to achieve great things, you must first be able to answer the question of, who am I? Yes, who are you? You see, besides your name, there must be some key and impactful descriptions as relates to who you are. Are you a strong individual who believes in the protection of humanity? Are you the greatest musician ever? Are you passionate about defending law? Are you the most happy when you're securing law and order? Who are you? Who are you? My name is David Archer, but who am I? I am someone who believes in the success of others. I am most happy when I see people fulfill their dreams. I am a problem solver. I believe in giving back to the community in which I live. So, who are you? Until you are able to clearly define, write on paper, and share with others, and live life with a passion towards who you are, you cannot turn your dreams into reality. So what does it take to become greater than you are right now? Begin with defining for yourself who you are. Because greatness begins with first knowing who you are before someone else can recognize your greatness. This is the first step towards becoming greater and fulfilling your dreams. And because most people are trying to become just as successful as you want to become, they won't take the time to help you define who you are. Once you have defined who you are now in a position to dream. Create and execute plans that are driven by your vision, your passion, and not by anyone else's. The same time and energy that is spent planning a vacation, buying a new car, designing a house, fitting out your wardrobe, that time and more should be spent creating a written plan for your future, a plan that you can see, a plan that you can touch and live by, checking off your goals day by day as you achieve them. So the first step in becoming greater than you are now is defining for yourself, who are you? And secondly, creating a written plan for your future. And lastly, defining, while you are alive, how you would like to be remembered in the future. When you take these approaches, you will be well on your way to becoming greater and achieving your life's dream, regardless of whatever they are. My second point for today is to discuss what the world will look like when you're achieving great things. As you achieve great things or live your life to its fullest, chances are persons around you might not always be there. You see, the saying that being on the top is a lonely place stems from the fact that not everyone will buy into your vision. And unfortunately, not everyone will support you as you strive for greatness. Studies show that from birth to death, if you have 3 great friends during your entire life, then you are fortunate. Sometimes the friends that you have, unless they align with your goals, aspirations, commitments, might have to be left behind. As you achieve your work towards your goals, it's important that you surround yourself with like-minded people. People that will support your dreams, and you too support theirs. Friends, family, or associates that do not support your vision for success or greatness might find themselves in a special place, which is out of your way. As you achieve your goals, don't forget to celebrate your success. Give thanks for your achievements, but do so with humility and adoration for those that have helped you reach so far. Finally, my third point. Let's speak about your obligation when you achieve great things or achieve your goals. When you achieve great things and you turn your dreams into reality, and action creates a reality, you must bring someone else along with you. You must bring someone else along with you. What I mean by this is it's not good enough to be great or successful unless you are fulfilled an obligation to keep your legacy going by bringing people along with you and sharing your success, but most importantly, sharing in their success and helping them to fulfill their dreams. The sign, therefore, of a true successful person is not how well you have done with your own personal goals, but how many persons you are able to help become successful along your way. So, who are you? How would you be remembered? Will you spend as much time in the future developing a written plan for your future as you would deciding to buy a new car or a house? Will you be brave enough to separate yourself from others who do not support your goals and vision? Will you not only celebrate your success, but also celebrate the success of others? I am confident that your answers are yeses, and that the Bregado Flax Educational Center Secondary Division graduating class of 2015 will not only dream, but put those dreams into action. So, we talked about to accomplish great things, you must dream as well as act. First thing we discussed was what it takes to become greater than you are right now, knowing first who you are. So, who are you? Secondly, we spoke about what will the world look like when you're achieving great things. Sometimes, achieving great things requires a separation from friends, family, associates, and anyone that does not support your overall mission. And lastly, we talked about your obligation when you achieve great things, the importance of bringing someone else along with you. So in conclusion, I leave you with this reality. My mother gave birth to me at the age of 15 in a community that was rather religious, and she was ridiculed for making such a mistake. Naturally, she had to drop out of school and work to support me, making sometimes only $25 a month. But I remembered something growing up. Her words that were constantly echoed in the house, or written on napkins, or etched in books. Those words which are still on her answering machine to this day. Those words are, whatever you can believe, you can achieve. Whatever you can believe, you can achieve. Now, you know the end of this statement is, whatever you can believe, you can achieve, but more relevant to you today, graduates. To accomplish great things, we must first dream as well as act. Well, my mother's failure to not give up after such a setback in her life has been the motivation for me to do well and to achieve greatness. As not only did she get her GED, she became the first professional court reporter in the Virgin Islands. And then she did something which was the most fascinating thing ever. She became a lawyer a few years shy of her 60th birthday. I came here today because I heard that you were great. I came here today because I believe that the Bregado Flax Educational Center Secondary Division graduating class of 2015 is indeed great. I came here today hoping that my words would play some part in your quest to become greater and impact the world. I came here today because I care. I came here today because I believe in you. I wish you all the best, and thanks for having me.
Pleasant good afternoon to all. I acknowledge a protocol that has already been established. Would the esteemed graduates of the 2015 class please rise? The following students will receive school leaving certificates. Shimonique Baker. Hannah Antonia Bridgewater, honor student. Demika Tishante Charles. Desnick Deslin Collins, honor student. Marvik Tyrese Cricky. Shaquille Encois Mtage, honor student. Or valedictorian, Johanna Naisha Gibson. Deslin Kirthley Hazel. Shania Alicia James. Javed Antoine Jones, honor student. Jail Damari Leonard. Tia Raquel Ronique Modest, honor student. Vishon Sabiki Moore. Or salutatorian Kaveh Kenneth Lawrence Penn. Andre Richard Reimer. Khadija Rashida Roberts, honor student. Dylan Malachi Smith. Dylan Malachi Smith. Aldrich Colin Thomas. Shakwana Zakia Vantapu. Zora Nathif Williams. Alan Assard Williams. Myron Emmanuel Williams, honor student. And last but certainly not least, Rital Nino Young. On behalf of the government of the British Virgin Islands, the Ministry of Education and Culture, the principal and staff of the Bregado Flax Educational Center, I present to you for the first time the historic graduates of the Bregado Flax Educational Center. Hip hip! Class of 1995 and 2005, I would like to announce that collectively, both classes will be donating the following items to the Bregado Flax Educational Center. We'll be donating 1 desktop computer, 2 projector screens, as well as 2 copiers. Thank you.
The appropriate recognitions were already made, but of course I must recognize the acting premier, Dr. Kedrick Pickering, your 9th district representative, Dr. Hubert O'Neill, the deputy chief education officer and the other education officers who are here with us this afternoon, other members of the platform, of course, the principal, Mr. Fenty, teachers of the Bregado Flax Educational Center Secondary Division, parents, well-wishers, friends, Graduates, good afternoon. It gives me great pleasure to congratulate the students of the Bregado Flax Educational Center Secondary Division Class of 2015. Please give them a round of applause again for their accomplishment. Indeed, you have come a long way, and with your family, friends, and teachers today, our entire territory celebrates with you this significant accomplishment along your educational journey. This territory continues to be very proud of its young people. Class of 2015, though you may leave the walls of high school, and we now recognize you as young adults, we will continue to invest in your development. We will continue to expect greater things of you. As you advance in life, we'll simply ask that you remember to always reach back and continue to support the people and community that have invested so much in all of you. The Virgin Islands is presently navigating choppy waters in our development. Our government must find ways to continue to do business and present opportunities for our graduates, but at the same time, policies and the way we traditionally do global business continues to shift. How will the Virgin Islands navigate these waters? Graduates, how much of that will depend on how well each and every one of you do in this next phase of your lives. This country is depending on each and every one of you to develop new ideas and new industries to continue to advance our society. In short order, you'll be challenged with new levels of responsibilities, whether you choose to move on to tertiary education or you choose to join the labor force. We will need your youthful energy to help us transform business in the Virgin Islands so that we can maintain our relevance in the world and provide opportunities for those that will come after you. As you go about developing your careers, graduates, I ask that you always remember to give back to the country that has given so much to all of you. Your class was the first to be required to complete our National Citizen Program, where each of you were challenged to give back 120 hours of community service across the territory. My hope is that you were able to learn from the persons and organizations that you assisted and that you continue to assist some of those causes. We cannot leave it up to any government alone to build this great country of ours. Each and every resident must be involved, and we hope that by your participation in that program, you can identify how you can be of service to your fellow residents and to this country. I strongly believe that is how you truly demonstrate Virgin Islands pride. I want to remind the parents who have students in our secondary system that the National Citizen Service is a mandatory requirement for graduation from secondary school, and so it must be taken very seriously. It is all part of the government's agenda to develop civic-minded young people who must understand their responsibility to give back to the country and not just to take from it what they can. As our community is aware, we have added an additional year to the secondary school system by the introduction of the K-12 model to ensure that our students master subject areas and are truly ready to compete at the tertiary level or in our labor force. As such, next year, we will not be having a secondary school leaving graduation. The students who are now in Form 4 would obviously move on now to grade 11 and then move on to grade 12. So we won't have any students in grade 12 next year, so there won't be any graduation ceremony. So I encourage you to enjoy this one. Plans are afoot for the implementation of credits in our senior secondary schools. The introduction of a credit system at the secondary level of the Virgin Islands school system has been in discussion, and very soon it will be another modification to what currently exists. The rationale for the introduction of credits is to offer students a wider range of subjects for study based on ability and interest, and to further align the Virgin Islands education system with internationally accepted standards. The system will require students to accumulate credits at the senior secondary school level to be promoted to the next grade level, and ultimately to earn a diploma at the end of senior school. Prior to the beginning of the senior year, which is 10th grade, each student will be required to register for a program of their choice to be undertaken in the senior secondary school. Each course is designed with a weight or credit value. The credit system will enable students to accumulate credits over a 3-year period and hence meet the qualifications for graduation. In addition to being able to write the CXC CSEC examinations, students will also have the opportunity to complete the first module of CAPE, which is A-levels examinations, or be a part of the dual enrollment program which will take place with the H. Lavity Stout Community College in grade 12. There ends my formal remarks, and now it is my pleasure as Minister of Education and Culture to announce the scholarship candidates of 2015, subject to their success in passing at least 5 CXC CSEC subjects, including mathematics and English. Within the 2015 graduating class of the Bregado Flax Educational Center, there are 8 graduates who are eligible to receive scholarships pending their CXC CSEC examination results. In alphabetical order, I am advised that those students are, and I will ask the students to stand when I call their names. Now, I may get some of your names wrong, but if somebody was giving me a scholarship, they could call me anything they want to call me. Hannah Bridgewater. Hannah sat 6 CXC subjects. Desnique Collins. Desnique sat 8 CXC subjects. Your valedictorian, Joanna Gibson. Joanna sat 7 CXC subjects. Javed Jones. Mr. Jones sat 8 CXC subjects. Tia Raquel Modest. Tia sat 9 CXC subjects. Your salutatorian, Cave Penn. Cave sat 7 CXC subjects. Kadeja Roberts. Kadesha sat 7 CXC subjects. And the last person has the best name in this building, Myron Williams. Myron sat 8 CXC subjects. Yes. I cannot take my seat without expressing my thanks and appreciation to the teachers and administration of the Bregado Flax Educational Center Secondary Division. Please give the teachers a round of applause. And they're, of course, led by Mr. Paul Fenty. We want to thank you very much, Mr. Fenty, and your administrators for the good work that you do. Your hard work and dedication has not gone unnoticed, and on behalf of the people of the Virgin Islands, I say a heartfelt thank you to all of you. The job that you do on a daily basis is important to the successful development of our young people and indeed our country. As the world is changing, there are continuously greater demands on our students to be prepared for those changes. That is why we need you to continuously ensure that you also work to evolve your teaching styles to meet the new demands on students and differing learning styles of today's students. I take this time to also encourage you to continue your education and professional development by taking advantage of the offerings from the Ministry of Education and Culture. Create and maintain professional learning communities in which you can share and gain ideas to improve instruction and help us to truly create the culture of excellence in our schools and in our students. Speaking of teachers, I want to ask you to please give the school band a round of applause for the wonderful music that they continue to do. I want to ask you to also give Mr. Vanterpool a round of applause. Mr. Vanterpool called me about 2 years ago, concerned about the music program at the school. I came over, he took me for a tour and told me all the things that he wanted. And he wanted to see the program become a full-time program in the secondary schools. But he needed some help, he needed some money, he needed some instruments. And I said to him, well, I'll get you those things and you'll put the program on. And you see the results of what Mr. Vanterpool wanted here today. And I thank him very much for that. I remember telling Mr. Vanterpool, do I want one thing in return? And he didn't deliver that yet, but he will do it this time. I want to start a Christmas concert for the people in Virgin Gorda. You promised me this year, so this year, Christmas coming soon. Just want to let you know. Next school year, you'll welcome a new principal at this institution. Miss Glenda Stevens will be the new principal for this institution, and she has my full support and allegiance in taking the school forward. I'd like to thank the acting principal, Mr. Philip Fenty, for the excellent job that he has done over the last 2 academic years. Mr. Fenty, please stand and let us show your appreciation for what you have done. Parents, this afternoon will end a chapter in the lives of your children, but I ask you to continue to watch over them and to guide them. They will need all the support that you can give them. And as a community, we should all work together to make sure that we support their ambitions. Where they are successful, so too will our communities and the country. Once again, graduates, congratulations. Take advantage of your youth and use this time of your lives to build yourselves and your careers so that you can help to advance this country. The entire Virgin Islands is counting on you to realize your dreams, and we look forward to celebrating once more with you. All the best to you, class of 2015.
Thank you, Honorable Warren, for those remarks. And thank you equally for the scholarships. A round of applause, please.
Mr. Chairperson, I acknowledge the protocol that has been established. A pleasant good afternoon to everyone. I feel proud but also humbled to stand before you as the valedictorian of the Bregado Flax Educational Center graduating class of 2015. All praise and thanks must be given to God for giving me the strength, patience, and wisdom to get through high school. Without God by my side at every step of the way, I have no idea how I would have made it thus far. God is good. On behalf of the graduating class, I express thanks, appreciation to the government of the Virgin Islands for their investment in our education. To my family, friends, and best friend, thank you for your endless support. You were always there whenever I just needed an ear to complain to, and that's admirable because at times I complained a whole lot. I wish to publicly thank my mother, Mrs. Lauren Walters Gibson. Mommy, you are probably the key factor to why I'm here today. You chastised me when I needed to be chastised, held me when I needed to be held, but most importantly, you love me unconditionally, no matter how badly I messed up, and prayed for me nonstop. I appreciate you so much. To my father, Mr. Joel Gibson, Daddy, thank you for loving me, but most importantly, thank you for instilling in me that there is always room for improvement. When I was younger, I would come home and show my dad a test score of 100%, and he would always reply to me, "You could do better." To my second mother, Auntie Mildred, thank you for always being there for me. Whenever I messed up, there was a cloud coming from the left from my own mother, and an even harder one coming from the right from you. Thank you for staying up way past your bedtime, 8 o'clock, to study with me whenever I needed help. To the acting principal, Mr. Paul Fenty, and staff, I wish to express a heartfelt thanks to all of you on behalf of the graduates. You guys were much more than just teachers. You were all psychologists. So we created accounts, talked about relationships in food and nut, and planned our lives in literature. You aided us in figuring out who we were. I must also say thank you to the former principal, Mrs. Carol O'Neill, for always reminding me of my potential and checking in with my mom to see how I was doing. High school was no yellow brick road. There have been roadblocks, mile-high speed bumps, and of course, wicked witches of the West. But I had some really memorable and enjoyable times at BFEC. My most memorable moments were participating in the annual debating competitions and our annual sports day. From these activities, I experienced the joy of winning and the feeling of failure. Let me elaborate a bit on the latter. Every year, I was selected to run races for House 1, and every year, in almost every race I participated in, I came dead last. But my failure in those races gave me the proper perspective on success. To my classmates who were unsuccessful, I urge you, do not allow your failure to dictate the outcome of your life. Bear in mind that failure defeats losers, but failure inspires winners. Our class's motto is "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." This graduating class of 2015 is filled with doctors, architects, entrepreneurs, music producers, poets, chefs, photographers, engineers, captains, politicians, world changers, but most importantly, this is a class of dreamers. However, I also urge you to bear in mind the graduations theme. To accomplish great things, you must dream as well as act. Therefore, you must believe and be brave enough to pursue every dream you have dreamed. Because if you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to help build theirs. Class of 2015, I would like to leave you with a few tips on pursuing your dreams that have been personal to me. Firstly, take risks that make you seem as if you're insane, because it is okay to be completely out of your mind. Genius and madness often coincide. Second, remember attitude is everything. When you condition yourself for positivity, then your dream is just a step closer. Lastly, and most importantly, put your best foot forward in whatever you do. My late grandmother, Myrtle Walters, told me once, whatever you do, be good at it. If you're going to do something, do it well. I have never forgotten those words. Graduates, Jimmy Iovine said, and I quote, "That diploma you hold in your hands today is really just your learner's permit for the rest of your drive through life. Remember, you don't have to be smarter than the next person. You just have to be willing to work harder than the next person." Class of 2015, we did it. We, you and I, we did it. And in the words of DJ Khaled, we the best. Thank you.
We'll now have a presentation of awards and trophies by Miss Miriam Walters, assisted by Laurelyn Gibson and Miss Livia Freeman.
Outstanding performance in food and nutrition, excellent performance in chemistry, excellent performance in music, excellent performance in physics, outstanding development of character and discipline, Hannah Bridgewater. Excellent performance in Spanish, Desnique Collins. Outstanding performance in technical drawing, excellent performance in mathematics, excellent performance in history, Shaquille Emtage. Outstanding performance in information technology, outstanding performance, principles of business, outstanding performance, English literature, excellent performance in biology, highest scholastic achievement, best all-round student, leadership and initiative, Johanna Gibson. Excellent performance in visual arts, Tia Raquel Modeste. Outstanding performance in English language. Excellent performance in principles of accounts. Excellent performance in social studies. Excellent performance in geography. Excellent performance integrated science, Cave Penn. Thank you, Mrs. Gibson. I now invite Ms. Livia Freeman, parent of the salutatorian, to assist. Excellent performance in home economics management, Khadija Roberts. Excellence work in woodwork, Aldrich Thomas. Excellent performance in office administration, Nagico Book Scholarship Award, Shaquana Vanterpool. Excellent performance in electronic document preparation and management, Nagico Award for Perseverance, Zora William. Nagico Award for Perseverance, Alan William. Outstanding performance in financial services, outstanding performance in electronic, Athletic Achievement Award, Myron Williams. And for outstanding performance in clothing and textile, Rital Young. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Firstly, I'd like to apologize on behalf of the Director of the Tourist Board, Sharon Flax Moss, for not being able to make it today. However, I would like to present this check of $2,500 to Hannah Bridgewater for the highest achievement in family and consumer sense.
According to the sage Solomon in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9 and verses 10, whatever your hands find to do, do it with all your might, For there is no life, there is no device, there is no wisdom in the grave whither thou goest, according to the Apostle Paul in Ephesians chapter 3 and verse 20. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ever ask or think of, according to the power that works within you, be unto you. Father, we thank you. We ask that, Lord, you bless this graduating class. Lord Jesus, give them the power, give them the alacrity, that, Father, Lord, they will work with all their might to make a difference in this community, in this world, in Virgin Gorda. Continue to bless our country. Continue to shine upon us. This we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.